everyone. Welcome to Miss Hoffman's Reading Corner. Today we're going to read the story, The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. This is Beatrice. She likes to juggle. She has a salt pepper, salt shaker, and a hamster and a water balloon, and she's tossing them up in the air and catching them. If you think about this word mistakes, it has a prefix miss, which means wrong, and take can mean to take something, but sometimes we might use the word take as in a try. So this is like a wrong try. The girl who never made a wrong try. You know, I might have made a wrong try before. I'm certain I've made a mistake before. That's got to be a lot of pressure to never mess up. I wonder what's going to happen to Beatrice. The girl who never made mistakes. For Beatrice Bonwell, Friday began like any other day. She matched her socks, and of course she put her shoes on their proper feet. She remembered to feed her hamster Humbert his favorite food, broccoli, and when she made a sandwich for her brother Carl's lunch, she used exactly the same amount of peanut butter and jelly. When she stepped outside to greet her fans, she didn't forget to say good morning and thank you. They asked if she made her bed. She had. They asked if she forgot to do her math homework. Nope. What about tonight's talent show? They asked. I'm ready, she said with a smile. After all, her juggling act had won her 3 years in a row. See, there I go, I made a mistake there. Oh, I wonder if Beatrice would have done that. Most people in town didn't even know Beatrice's name. They just called her the girl who never made mistakes. Because for as long as anyone could remember, she never did. Unlike Beatrice, Carl made lots of mistakes. He ate his crayons and drew with his green beans. He danced with his hands and played the piano with his feet. Carl loved to make mistakes. Gosh, he sure does look like he's having fun over there. At school, Beatrice was on a cooking team with her two best friends, Millie and Sarah. To make their giant rhubarb muffins, they needed 4 eggs. Beatrice went to the refrigerator and carefully chose the biggest, eggiest eggs she could find. But on the way back, her legs slipped out from under her. The eggs went flying. Beatrice was about to make her first mistake. But she didn't. That was close, thought Beatrice. Sorry, Beatrice, I dropped a piece of rhubarb. Ain't inching it, Illy. For the rest of the school day, Beatrice couldn't stop thinking about her almost mistake. On her way home from school, Beatrice watched Millie and Sarah ice skating in the park. Come join us, said Millie. It's fun, said Sarah. Beatrice watched them slip and slide on the frozen pond. Millie and Sarah laughed as they wobbled on the ice. No thanks, said Beatrice. Sure does look like they're having fun out there. Why do you think Beatrice didn't go join them on the ice? At supper, Beatrice barely touched her food. Is everything all right, kiddo? Asked her father. I'm worried I'll mess up tonight, said Beatrice, and everyone will be watching. Worry? You don't make mistakes, he said with a smile. Beatrice tried to smile too. Gosh, if you tell someone you're worried and they say you never make a mistake, how do you think you might feel? How do you think Beatrice feels right now? After supper, Beatrice got ready for the talent show. First, she woke Humbert from his nap. Next, she got the salt shaker from the kitchen table. Finally, she filled a balloon with water. The school auditorium was packed. Beatrice felt her stomach jumping around inside her. She's at the auditorium. I see a stage with other kids and an audience or crowd of people in the background. The auditorium must be what we call the stage in the place where she's performing. When the Beatrice waited for her juggling music to begin. That's her. That's the girl who never makes mistakes, said a woman. Oh, we know she'll be perfect, said a man. When the music started, she tossed Humbert into the air. Next, she added the salt shaker. and finally the water balloon. Beatrice didn't miss a beat. The crowd clapped with delight, but Beatrice noticed something. She noticed something odd about the salt shaker. The specks falling out were not white. Why might these specks not be white? Do you think she grabbed the salt shaker? Achoo! Oh, poor Humbert. Humbert was so surprised by his sneeze that he grabbed the water balloon with his claws. Kablooey! Humbert, pieces of water balloon, and the pepper rained down on top of Beatrice. For the first time in as long as anyone could remember, Beatrice made a mistake. And it was a big one. The music stopped. Beatrice didn't know what to do. Cry? Run off the stage? The crowd sat stunned. They couldn't believe that the girl who never makes mistakes made a mistake. Beatrice looked up at Humbert. He looked at her. His hamster fur was soaked and speckled with bits of balloon. Beatrice let out a giggle. The giggle grew into a chuckle, and the chuckle became a laugh. The people in the crowd looked at each other and then back at Beatrice. They began to giggle, then chuckle, then finally roar with laughter. Beatrice and the audience laughed until they couldn't remember why they were laughing. That night, Beatrice slept better than she ever had. In the morning, no fans greeted Beatrice. When she got dressed, Beatrice, for no reason at all, put a polka dot sock on the foot and a plaid sock on the other. Beatrice and Carl made sandwiches. This time, they put the peanut butter and jelly on the outside. They called it an inside-out PB&J. Lunch was messy and delicious. Later, Beatrice found Millie and Sarah skating in the park. They fell a lot and laughed. Now, people no longer call her the girl who never makes mistakes. They just call her Beatrice. Wow, that was a great story. You know, while I was reading that, I was thinking at the beginning of the story that was a lot of pressure on Beatrice to never make a mistake. In fact, when she started worrying about making mistakes, it seemed like it became a whole lot easier to make mistakes, didn't it? And you know, at the end, when she did have that really big mistake, I love how she could laugh at herself. And then it became fun. And it looked to me like she had a whole lot more fun in the end, ice skating and making peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Thanks for joining me today in my reading corner. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.